Interesting course here. We got a lot of tight turns, a lot of places to maybe get bunched up, so it's going to be important to ski smart, stay out of trouble. We start with some more gradual sections, a bit of flat, and then we start like the main climb. It kind of snakes up to the top of the course. I think there'll be a lot of one skate and then offset once we get towards the top of the course. Then we have a nice 180 corner. Again, another place to kind of watch out for and try and be smart. And then we have some fast downhills, which will be really fun, I think, today. Moving towards this section back into the sprint course. More tight corners, it's going to be a lot of fun. The sprint climb yesterday was packed with people. And it's one of the widest parts in the course, so I think there'll be a lot of passing there and a lot of action. And so after that, we come ripping back in the stadium. Like I said before, very fast. It's going to be tight. It's going to be fun racing. I think it'll be a really exciting finish today, and hopefully the crowd will be as good as the last few days because they've been amazing.
Thank you so much, Xavier, and good luck.
Yeah, thank you very much.
This Canadian skier, Xavier McKeever, he called it correctly. It was extremely fast for the men. Just over 40 minutes it took them to go 20 kilometers. It was icy, and we will see if the conditions remain for that for the women. Jessie raising her hands to the crowd. It's going to be an emotional race for her and one for every ski fan in the crowd and watching today. What a career she has put together. You can already see not just the raindrops streaking down the sides of her face, but the teardrops as well. The glitter is in place, and she is getting set for her final curtain call in a beautiful skiing career, transforming U.S. skiing, carrying the torch valiantly. And the women that came before her, like Sabina Kempel, Deacon Randall, Jessie Diggins, topped them all, set the record for World Cup starts. Already lump in her throat, hard to swallow this. Final moment to imagine what's going through her mind. Before she could even walk, her parents carried her on their backs as they skied, unknowingly nurturing this future icon. It was this early introduction to the snow-covered trails that ignited a passion that would see her rise from a promising high school athlete to the most decorated American cross-country skier in history. Here's a look at your start order, ranked off the distance standings, which has Jessie Diggins at the top. Again, clinched the Crystal Globe already. Also on the race will be Moa Ilar, Heidi Vang, Frida Carlson, Carolina Simpson-Larson. That's your top 5 in the standings. Extra start spots to the U.S. and Canada. Elena Sonesson, Kendall Kramer getting nods to go for Team USA. We also have Lillian Gannot, Olivia Bouffard-Nesbitt, Novi McCade, Haley Swerble, Amelia Wells for the North Americans. Jasmine Drolet, former NCAA champion. Look at all those Canadian-American flags at the back there. Hannah Shields representing the last bid starter. Here is your top 10. Ebba Anderson, not feeling herself after the Holmenkollen, did not make the journey across the pond. She is not here to defend her top 10 position in the distance standing. Maya Dahlqvist locked up the sprint Crystal Globe yesterday. Kristen Fosnes in 8th, Astrid Slind in 7th, Teresa Stadlober 6th. There is Carolina Simpson-Larson. Frida Carlson almost had the win here in the 10K Classic. Lost the lead to Lynn Svan, who's taken both wins so far this weekend. Jessie Diggins there at the top. Diggins' journey to greatness was not without its trials. She has spoken openly about her battle with an eating disorder and a fight that she bravely wages on to this day, becoming a powerful advocate, not just for cross-country skiing, but for mental health. And it's this resilience and the ability to suffer deeply for a team that she loves and a sport she cares so much about that has defined her career as much as her numerous victories. Frida Carlson will have something to say about who is on the podium today from Sweden. Carlson going out in bib 4. There is the Austrian skier at bib 6. Teresa Stadlober from Schladming, Austria. Over 250 World Cup starts to her career. In general, though, it will be all eyes on that woman, Jessie Diggins. American enigma. The sparkle chipmunk with infectious enthusiasm. and the energy that it inspires generations to come. As a father of 3 daughters, I can tell you it is working. Everybody looking up to her. Final few instructions from the start. We'll have our gun and we will be underway. The gun goes, it's a clean start, and we are off. Here in Lake Placid, the women's 20-kilometer mass start freestyle. Diggins' last dance in Lake Placid. The men had very icy track, extremely fast, over 40 minutes, just over for 20 kilometers, blistering pace we saw. It'll be interesting to see how the course is held up as the rain has continued to fall. We opened the weekend with quite a bit of snowfall. Classic race skiing just under the freezing temp. Kept the moisture in the snow form. Made that very interesting. Yesterday was great weather. Mix of sun and clouds for the sprint. And then we had a winter weather spring advisory coming in as rain here on the final day, Sunday. Tricky roads, I'll tell you. A lot of winding on this trail. All the fans getting here by shuttle. Making their way from the village of Lake Placid. Nestled in the heart of the Adirondack Mountains, upstate New York. Very different world than the New York City metropolitan area. Not far from Canada, just west of Lake Champlain in the state of Vermont. Jessie has spent much of the second half of her career training with the Stratton Mountain Ski Club. She's always wanted to thank her coaches, her teammates, her WAC support staff. Big nod to Jason Cork, who's been with Jessie through most of his tech career. Also curious, not just what Jessie will be doing after she retires, but also what Jason Cork will be doing. Beautiful bunch of women athletes here, colorful crowd, making their way through the deciduous forests of New England. This is maple syrup country. Sugar maples abound on the mountainsides. Some of the other trails, you can ski under the tap lines that funnel the sweet nectar from the sugar maple down to the vat where it can be boiled down into maple syrup. Crowds are out here in force, over 9,000 strong. See Jessie Diggins' final race as a U.S. cross-country skier. She's 34 years of age, 22 Olympic starts, dating back to Sochi, came in 5th to open the weekend in the 10K Classic. It's been a transformation of skiing for Jessie Diggins. Growing up in Minnesota, you don't have access to steep hills, tight corners like some of the other parts of the United States. She recognized early on that her descending skills were not the best in the field, and so she set to work about improving that. That was the first domino to fall. The first low-hanging fruit was getting better at descents, which she did. She is now one of the best descenders in this women's field. Much of her career was spent in dominance of skate, freestyle technique, the one we see today. But she fixed her classic skiing as it went over. And 3 years ago, I saw a transformation that I did not see possible. Ultimately, finding the power striding ability to drive the leg, keep the shoulders up, and really accelerate with every classical stride. The classical transformation was apparent. Enough so that she could start landing in the top 3, including the Lochte 10-kilometer classic most recently on the World Cup. Scored a bronze medal at this Olympics in the 10-kilometer freestyle. She's raced every single World Cup this season as an individual event. And that is what has buoyed her to the top of the distance and the overall standings. For the Coop Cross Country World Cup, they go under the Le Gruyere cheese arch. So far, the pace holding relatively steady. You can see there, Frida Carlson in bib 4. To her left is Heidi Bang from Jetre Ennebakk, Norway. Heidi Bang, same age as Jessie Diggins, been there for much the same time period. First Olympic Games came in Sochi as well. Bang. Her first World Cup win in 4 years in the Kowloon Skiathlon. Was 4th behind the Swedish trio in the Holmenkollen 50K freestyle last weekend. Carlson took the victory there. Linsvon and Jonas Sundling were 2nd and 3rd. Linsvon showing some absolute incredible skiing in period 4, final period of the World Cup season. Rosie Brennan. That was the Canadian skier Amelia Wells. Things are looking mashy. Water percolating to the top. Still very fast. 48 kilometers an hour on the descent. Arms spread out wide for balance. Here they come, screaming down the mountain. See some of those compressions at play. Freestyle, so important to maintain high level of speed, a high average kilometer per hour throughout the race, using different skate techniques to get there. Carrying your speed from one feature to the next, over the top of the mountains and into the descent. Heidi Bang at the front. Carlson just in tow. The field beginning to string into single file. Jessie there in 4th. Listen to the roar of that crowd. Chainsaws roaring at the tops of the mountains. This crowd is fired up no matter the weather. See a little bit of speed scrubbing happening.
Stay out of trouble.
Doing a good job. Stay out of entanglements. You can see now full single file. These athletes get into the descent. They've reached the high point of lap 1 and are on their way back towards the stadium. There is Moelar in bib 2, closest competitor to Jessie Diggins there in gold. Gold marking your tour leader. To the 2.7 kilometer time check we go. Field coming back together into 2 lanes. Heidi Bang will trigger the time first at 7 minutes. Go 2.7K. Jessie Diggins there in 6th, just behind Carolina Simpson-Larsen. Jonas Sundling in the hunt there in 8th. Pia Fink from Germany in the top 10. Let's go a while before we see the next U.S. skier. This top Canadian, Catherine Stewart-Jones in 23rd. Allison Mackey wearing the green bib as the under-23 category leader. She can hold off Iris DeMartin-Pinter. She will get a big award as the best under-23 skier this season's World Cup. She won a gold medal for 20-kilometer freestyle at the U23 World Championships not too long ago. Those were held in Lillehammer, Norway. Cowbells ringing loud, Canadian and American flags waving proudly. Here comes the train back towards the stadium to complete lap 1. You recognize some of these hills now and descents from the sprint and the classic as they go under the Mount Van Hovenberg pedestrian bridge. Get a look now, see how the skis are running in this glide out zone. Diggins standing up, that's a good sign, showing the skis are running on the Solomon feet.
An exciting moment to witness a World Cup as
You can see who that French skier was at the front.
It goes pretty quickly. It does, man. I'm glad that we had a preview before this race.
French skier there in the dark suit, just behind Heidi Bang. Gets slimmed right in there. That is Leonie Perry from France. And Perry skiing up in bib position 21. Showing that her skis are running quite well off the top of that high point. Back towards the mountainside they go. up the Adirondack chain. Granite-filled peaks, over 1,000 meters high. Expect a move from Frida Carlson at some point. She made a decisive move in the Holmenkollen 50K, just under halfway through that marathon ski race, disappearing into the fog, leaving the field behind to take her second Holmenkollen win. Only 26 years of age, out of Sollefteå, Sweden. Just across the river, same village as Ebba Andersson. Frida Carlson took gold in the Olympic skiathlon in the 10-kilometer freestyle and a silver in the relay. Added several World Cup wins to her resume this season. She's over 100 World Cup starts and has won 15 individual World Cups. 37 podiums. Here's the first shot at some feeds. Athletes mostly looking like they're bypassing the drink. 20 kilometers is about the shortest race. You'll see somebody grabbing a drink. Most of them choosing to ski on by for fear of losing momentum. Quick look at the Canadian skier, bib 45. That is Lilian Gannot out of Quebec City, Canada. And her first Olympic appearance this year. Got 3 starts for Team Canada. Came in 6th in the Olympic team sprint. Canada showing a lot of promise in the U23 and World Junior categories. Had some great results there. We saw Xavier McKeever giving us the course preview. He got a bronze medal. On the same day, Alison Mackey took gold. So a bunch of new names I have to learn for Canada in the World Junior ranks. Several top 10 performances. Good things to come for the Canadian ski community. Good look at Maya Dahlqvist. Locked in the Sprint Globe win yesterday. Freestyle sprint. That was the closest contest in the women's field. As I mentioned earlier, Jessie locked up the overall after the 10-kilometer classic at the beginning of the weekend. Locked in the distance globe after the Holmenkollen. With the skis that Jessie has on her feet, she can probably afford to relax a little bit over the top. Assuming she can avoid any trouble with entanglements with the other athletes, she'll be able to back off the pace a little bit and glide up through the downhill, using that downhill descending skill she's cultivated over her career. There is Lynn Svan. Keep an eye on that one. She is 2 for 2 on the weekend and in the hunt. Let's see a very serious look on her face. She has goals in mind. Good indication of how much moisture has fallen on this track in Lake Placid. Approaching the high point of lap 2. Carlson at the front. Heidi Vang there with Jessie Diggins right behind. Bib 7, Astrid Slind, 37-year-old Norwegian. Then it's Moa Ilar, Jonas Sundling, Carolina Simpson-Larsen, bib 5.
To make up the ground to cut that runaway train.
10, that is the German skier from Munson Gym, 30-year-old Pia Fink.
Jessie Diggins sitting in 3rd, Astrid Slind in 4th.
Sponsor of the FIS World Cup, Le Gruyere, Switzerland. Fantastic cheese company, giving out wedges of cheese to every podium finisher throughout the season. Title sponsor goes to Coop. It is a Scandinavian grocery store chain in Norway. It's off to them to sponsoring the sport we love. Bib 14 there in the Swiss suit. That is Nadja Kalin of St. Moritz. 24 years of age, came in 8th last weekend in the Holmenkollen 50K free. An incredible silver medal in the Olympic team sprint and a very impressive bronze medal in the 50K classic. Did not have that on my bingo card. She is young still, just 24 years of age. Good athletes to come for Nadja Kalin. Allison Mackey there in green, makes the hairpin corner. Again, we're back at the high point. Frida Carlson hits it in 14 minutes, 15 seconds. In to see back starters peeling off the front group. Into the screaming descent we go. Arms spread out wide for balance. Athletes doing everything they can to keep these legs running on fumes from a long season, crumpling beneath them. There in the green suit, I think that was Australian skier Rosie Fordham, fresh off double wins at the U.S. Collegiate Championships. Frida Carlson remaining at the front, head of a bunch of red suits of the Norwegians. No, not a good 45, doing an excellent job skiing up through that field. As part of that 6th place Olympic team sprint for Canada. Ripping through the descent now, past the Stiefel U.S. ski team sign. Non-stop noise on this course today. 9,000 fans minimum strong, here to cheer on their heroes. Witnessing history as Diggins makes her final skate pushes on a World Cup circuit. To the 6.7K mark. Heidi Vang looks over her shoulder. Virtual tie with Frida Carlson. Diggins hanging in the top 3. Morrisanis, Carolina Groting right on the edge of top 10. Fosnes drops to 13th, Stadlober in 14th. Lillian Gannot solidly within this group. There's a quick look at U.S. skier Kendall Kramer. Fairbanks, Alaska, skis for the Alaska Pacific University ski team. Had a personal best this season in the Falun Skiathlon. Came in top 10, 9th position. Allison Mackey there in green. Good look at the trickiness of this downhill. As those skis make their way around the corners, they're going to be pushing the loose snow on top into berms, exposing ice on the inside. Have to be careful. Diggins with a turn next to Frida. Frida probably hungrier than even usual, having just lost the win to open the weekend. She took a commanding victory in the home and home 50K. Lost by only a handful of seconds to Lynn Spahn in the 10K Classic. She had the lead at 8.8K. Spahn came up with something special in the final K. Moved ahead of Frida Carlson in that interval start. Back down through the stadium, 2 laps down, 3 to go. Athletes absolutely flying. Very tight group there at the front. Swirling mass of lycra colors.
This is your lead group of about 30 skiers right now.
There's your lead group now through 8K.
20-kilometer race there.
Maya Dahlquist at the back of that group, 14 seconds off in 29th. You can see Dahlquist being a little bit on her own. The 29 skiers in front of her. Kendall Kramer will come by in 30th, 24 seconds back. There's a Fordham within that front group. Leading at the lap. Goes 1-2. Carlson and Spahn. Spahn already up from 15th into the hunt for a podium. Norway. Simpson Larson in 3rd. Heidi Vang 4th. Moa Ilar 5th. Jessie Diggins hanging in 6th. Came across the line the same time as Carolina Groting from Norway. Astrid Slind 8, Jonas Sundling 9, round out the top 10, Pia Fink. Back to the climbs for the third time up. Peering through the deciduous coniferous forest, mixed forest of upstate New York. Lake Placid, a wonderful place to close out Jessie's career on U.S. snow. Storybook ending. Seen a lot of retirements this year, coming off an Olympic year. Other retirements include Federico Pellegrino, did a mic drop yesterday, winning the sprint. Nadine Fendrich hanging him up. Krista Parmakoski did not make the trip over. She's had a storied World Cup career. Clément Paris from France. Berto Huvrinen, Kiitos to him from Finland. Of course, all eyes on Jessie Diggins now for her final race. Her list of accomplishments is a testament to her relentless spirit and her unwavering dedication to this sport. 4 times she won an Olympic medal, and her crowning achievement coming with a heart-stopping gold medal victory in the team sprint at those 2018 Pyeongchang Olympics alongside Keegan Randall. A moment etched forever in American sports history. 7-time World Championship medalist, a 3-time overall World Cup champion, soon to be 4. The only American to ever win the grueling Tour de Ski. She has 1 gold, 1 silver. Oh no, and a tangle. That is tough. That's Frida Carlson looking extremely pissed at Astrid Slind. Not what she was hoping to have happen, as is anybody. We'll have to see if we can get a replay exactly what that happened. Was it within the swirling mass? Apologies if I missed the action. Caught up in the emotions of Jessie Diggins' final race. Heidi Vang seeking an opportunity here, pushing off the front now. Diggins stayed out of trouble there. Locked in behind Svan and Ilar. Here's the bonus trophy. Doesn't mean much at this point with the World Cup locked in. We saw the men sprinting for that as the men's distance globe had yet to be decided. Now Frida Carlson will very much have her work cut out for her, along with Astrid Slind. See high traffic skiing. Andorran skier Gina Del Rio. There's Frida Carlson next to her. Here's a look back now. Something happening on the inside of the turn. Slind falls. Frida over the top. Kind of gymnastic somersault. Luckily, she appears to be okay. Came up with both poles intact, but lost her position at the front of the group. Extra 15 World Cup points to Heidi Vang. See what kind of fight Frida Carlson has in her. There she is now, big 4. Astrid Slind pushing in front of that. Right next to Rosie Fordham. Frida back on the tail of the lead group. Still enough time to get back to the front. Through 9K now. Almost halfway here at the top of this high point. We will be about the halfway point of this 20K race. A perfect northeastern United States setting. The mist and the fog creeping over these Adirondack Mountains, setting the stage for the final chapter in Jessie's career. To the hairpin at the top. Heidi Vang first there, 24 minutes, 2 seconds. Diggins 2.7 back. The whole sea of Norwegians at the front with a couple Swedes. Stadlow, we're rounding out the top 10. Frida Carlson bumped back to 14th within 9 seconds. of the front of the group. Katarina Yanatova and Terrell Udnesvang rounding out the top 20. Lillian Gano hanging in there, 13 seconds back, right there with Allison Mackey. Canadians just outside the top 20 at the halfway mark. Plastic ponchos, Gore-Tex rain jackets, umbrellas on hand. Quite confident you could throw a hurricane at these ski fans today and they would still be out here to witness this race. There's Allison Mackey carrying her speed into the climb on the green bib. Heidi Bang maintaining her position at the front. Sweden 2-3-4, happy to let her lead. That was Tyrell Udnes Bang, possibly bib 26 right up there in the front. Snowplow, staying on their feet. Oh, a little stumble there, coming around the corner, maintaining contact with the snow. Things are starting to get a little rowdy here in Lake Placid. Rosie Fordham does it well. Both Canadians getting through clean. You're able to send this downhill on the final lap. Could get a gap. Lar looking very smooth there, pulling along Linz Fahn, Jonas Sundling. Both of them excellent world-class sprinters. Talent runs deep in Sweden on the women's team. They will have an advantage if this group stays intact to the final lap. 10.7 now, past the halfway mark. Heidi Bang hits it in 26:22. We're just over 50 minutes. This 20-kilometer ski race. Frida Carlson in 13th there. She is now just 3.6 seconds back, so as expected, she's making her way back into the group. We have Allison Mackey, just under 10 seconds, right there with Lillian Gano. 23 women in the front pack. Of Italy, the first of the chase group, 24 seconds back, joined by Anja Weber and Nadine Fendrich of Switzerland, Yasmin Joensuu, last year's Sprint Crystal Globe winner in 27, Patricia Aiduka from Latvia, Maya Dahlqvist, and Kendall Kramer, top 30. Kendall Kramer skiing alone, 10 seconds back of that chase group, and 20 seconds up on Katie Hauser from the U.S. ski team, who is skiing with Rody McCabe and Catherine Stewart-Jones. These are some of the highlight standings at 10K. Back down to the stadium we go. 2 laps remain. You can see there the checkered flag denoting the distance to the finish line. Listen to the crowd roar. Still a swirling mass of colors. Seeing a lot of red in this front group. Norway, of course, with a strong showing in the men's race. Diggins leading the parade here through. They have one final time through the lap lane after this. 2 laps to go. There we saw great glide from Jessie on those Solomon skis. She has good skis under her feet. A perfect ending for Federico Pellegrino's career, taking his final sprint as a win. Can Jessie Diggins do the same? Don't think we're going to have any let off from the Swedes around her. You see Frida Carlson back in front. Coming back from that stumble, she tumbled right over the top of Astrid. Had to fight her way. But there she is again, right at the front of the group. We're used to seeing her. Back now, feeling the roar of the crowd. Jessie Diggins, emotions on her sleeve, sparkle on her face, grit in her heart, inspired a generation. I fear it may be a full generation before we see anything else from U.S. skiing like her. Time will tell. She has left a legacy that will be hard to match, probably nearly impossible. There's the two Canadians now, Lillian Gannot and Allison Mackey there in green. That is Pia Fink in bib 10.
And in the recent distance event over in Norway, the 150K, she came in 7th and was...
Front group now narrowed down to 19 or 20. I'm going to call it 23 at the front group. Allison Mackey right at the tail end. Anya Bieber leading the chase pack, 21 seconds behind. Expect to see some moves on this lap. You're going to want to narrow this field down, particularly if you're not as good at sprinting. You want to try and shut the race down as early as possible. Expect to see the pace quicken here on lap 4. Bonus points are awarded this lap. Again, it doesn't matter. Crystal Globe's decided. It's all about running out on top here in Lake Placid. Final race of the season. Under 7K to go. Nora Sanes from Norway there, bib 12. Taking a turn near the front. There's a Stadlover, bib 6 in the pinkish hue race suit. Austrian, Lynn Svan, Carolina Groting, bib 20. Wearing bib 5, Carolina Simpson-Larson. A good look at Nadja Kalin in the Swiss suit. Group narrows. Rosie Fordham hanging on the back. Fordham making waves way past the Great Barrier Reef of Australia. Got a Australian best 13th in the Davos 10K free, coming off a double victory in the NCAA Championships for the University of Alaska Fairbanks. Nice look at Jonna Sundling. Pulling on Jessie Diggins. Approaching the high point now, Frida Carlson back in front. Overcoming that dramatic fall, tumbling over the top of Astrid. 13.6K now. Frida Carlson in the lead over Heidi Bang, Nora Sanes, Teresa Stadlover, and Astrid Øyer-Snøen. On assuming 6, Jessie Diggins in 7th, 3.6 back. To the hairpin we go, and the high point. This is the 13.6K mark. Good spot to take a feed before they go into the descent, assuming you have any breath at all to not choke on the liquid. Allison Mackey hanging in there. Pia Fink getting a little bit dumped there by the front group. Fighting to stay ahead of the chase group now, making their way under that cheese arch. Past the Coop Cross-Country World Cup banners. Zipping down the hill we go now, back towards the stadium. Gano with a little break there. Starting to see the field separate a little bit more. Alison Mackey right on the tails of the Andorran skier, Gina Del Rio. Nice glide up around on the inside there. Excellent skiing. Carlson looking smooth. No decisive moves just yet. She knows that Svan and Sunling are a better sprinter. She wants to beat out her fellow Swedish ski teammates. I suspect it will come on the ascent to the high point of the final lap. Things looking a little squirrely there on the corner, but everybody threw clean. Frida, always so smooth on her skis, making it look effortless, perfectly balanced. Combine it with a world-class engine to boot, and you have one of the best distance skiers that we will see. Now to 14.7. Hit first by Frida Carlson in a time of 36:23. The group now has Alison Mackey at the back in 22nd, just 10 seconds back. So a group of 22 still together. We are seeing a Norwegian and Swedish rivalry playing out right before our eyes. Tony Perry in there from France. Couple Finns. There's Canada. Navigating these downhills ever so carefully, taking the wide line. Athletes beginning to watch Frida Carlson push the pace now at the front. Still on our fourth lap, approaching the stadium. Recognize this climb from the sprint course. From the men's race, that was where Klæbo made his decisive move to take another World Cup win. Underneath the pedestrian bridge we go, ripping down through the stadium at 50 kilometers an hour. What a place to finish the World Cup season. Ring the bell lap of the final race. 4 laps down, 1 to go. Anybody's race at this point.
Right as they come into the stadium, it's great to see so many nations represented in this huge group right now.
Heidi Bang looks over her shoulder. Not sure she wants to lead at this point. It's the time check first with 3 Swedes in tow. Diggins in 5th. It is the Norwegian skier Nora Sanes, perhaps yo-yoing off the back. 10.6 back, sitting 22nd position. That represents a fall of 18 places since the last time check, 13.6. Big warm welcome from the crowds here as they make their way through the stadium around the course. been fun to listen to all the athletes talk about their experience here in Lake Placid, admiring the crowds, just flabbergasted with the enthusiasm from the North American ski audience. I think they would love it if they got to travel across the Atlantic Ocean at least once every single race season. Feel the warmth and energy from this ski fan base. A little stumble from Diggins, got her pole stepped on, back on it though. The warrior to the end. Jessie Diggins fighting her way through the crowds. Ski fans generating so much noise, probably hard to hear yourself even think amongst the cheering. Last chance for a beverage. Final call, final lap. These athletes bypassing their feed tenders. Simling at the front there next to Vang. And just behind her. There's a good look at Rosie Fordham and Allison Mackey. Mackey most likely has the under 23 title locked up. No sign of Iris DeMartin-Pinter from Italy, closest competitor for the future of cross-country skiing. Britta Carlson looking like she means business here. Jessie Diggins in the flow state behind her. Heidi Vang starting to pick up the tempo in the V2. Feeling a little bit of an uptick in tempo. The bulk of the climb remains in front of them. Last lap, Lake Placid. The team there, German skier Helen Hoffman, 24 years of age. Personal best coming this season in the Davos 10K freestyle. Bonus trophy here. Again, doesn't mean much. Crystal gloves locked up and decided. What matters to these women is who's first to the finish line. Britta Carlson will get an extra 15 with an extra 10. Very busy group here at the front. Begin to see the major players staying at the front. Carlson, Diggins, Vang, Sundling, Slin, Groting, Spahn. Stadlober from Austria. Will we see a decisive attack for the final descent to the stadium? Or will it come down to the wire in a lunge? The anticipation builds here in Lake Placid. Thrilling to be on the call with you most of the season. FIS TV, delivering a great product across the world.
She is trying right now, ladies and gentlemen. Heidi Vang is right on the tail.
Diggins holding it forth behind Sundling, Vang, and Carlson. 28, Carolina Groting from Team Lagos Led. That club in Norway has been turning heads this season. Einar Hedegaard, remember,
It is single file as they climb up the hill with no let off of the gas pedal right now by
Groting, just 24 years of age. Has won the World Cup podium in team sprint. No individual World Cup podiums to date. She did win a 20-kilometer FIS ski race in Trondheim back in February 1st. To the hairpin and the high point, the last time around. Scoot to the edges of your seats. No deep couch sitting allowed here. All you ski fans, hair raised, goosebumps popping. They're coming down to the wire here in Lake Placid. Rosie Fordham around the corner. The front group splintering a bit. Chase group now, or lead group now down to 17 athletes after that final ascent. Joe Udnesbank leading the chase group, 13 seconds behind Rosie Fordham. Lillian Gannot maintaining her position in the front group, 11 seconds back, sitting in 15th. Just a few more climbs to go now. Watch for the moves. We had a great overhead shot from the drone to watch the men's moves. Fans swirling around the edges of the course, cheering on their heroes. Everybody is going to be hoarse, without a voice at the end of this race. Calling in sick, no doubt, tomorrow with laryngitis. Into the tricky downhills. And that is Groting at the front. And Norwegian looking to shake up the Swedish dominance. Everybody clean from the front group around that turn. Diggins relying on her descent and her descending skills with the fast skis. Bring her back to the stadium. The last ounce of energy she has within her career coming to fruition. Who is going to break the draft for everyone else? Looks like Groting wants to do it. Coming towards the stadium now. Roughly 4 minutes of racing left. That's the 18.7K mark. Groting gets there first, a half-second advantage over Carlson. Vang 1 second back, Sunling in fourth, Diggins fifth. Groting looking over her shoulder, perhaps bewildered. She's leading Frida Carlson to the stadium. Tosses her glasses aside, hoping for no raindrops entering the eyeballs. Losing a little bit of speed, scrubbing it around the corner. Sunling goes wide. Diggins! Oh, Diggins goes down in the mash. Back up quick though. Cheers from the crowd, getting her on. That's an unfortunate last turn from the American. Tough to see. Sunling on the attack now at the front. Here she goes, such a great sprinter, particularly into the hop skate. Vang without an answer. Can Frida Carlson get around Vang? It's Lynn Svan at the front with Sunling. The sprinters going 1-2 here in the 20-kilometer mass start. That's the last big climb. Towards the stadium they go. Underneath the pedestrian bridge, one sweeping right-hander remains. Sunling with the decisive attack. No sight of Frida Carlson. She may have fallen as well. Sweden looking to go 1-2. Sunling trying to snatch victory from the first two that Lynn Svan got this weekend in Lake Placid. She's got a 10-15 meter lead. One more turn to go. Sunling looking for her 16th individual World Cup win, powering her way to the finish. It's going to be a fight for second and third. Vang moving up alongside Svan. Sunling on her way. Crushing the Ks here 20 kilometers down. Sunling, call it 16 World Cup wins. Lynn Svan grabs second here in Lake Placid. Heidi Vang in third, 4.2 back. And then it's a whole swirling mass. Carolina Groting leading in late stages, comes in fourth. Jessie Diggins after a fall, raises her hands to the crowd, comes in 12th. Takes a bow, take a bow, Jessie. Rosie Fordham in 16th, 25 back. The emotions pouring out onto the snow here in Lake Placid. Gina Del Rico lunges for 17th ahead of Tero Udnesvang. Leonie Perry, solid result for France in 19th. Top finish skier, Johanna Matantalo comes in 20th. Allison Mackey, your winner of the U23 category. It's a big hug from Lillian Gannot. What an ending to the World Cup season here in Lake Placid amidst the falling raindrops. Jonas Sundling, what a crusher she is in the hop skate. She can fly up those hills, skate sprinting particularly. Rins Vaughn comes in second. Killer race weekend for her. 2 wins and a second place. And after 15 years of a storied career, it has seen Jessie rewrite the record books and inspire a generation of skiers. Jessie makes her final bows as she has announced her retirement from cross-country skiing. Her farewell tour included winning the Tour de Ski, bronze medal at the Olympic Games in Milano Cortina. She makes her final strides here on the snow of Lake Placid, New York. As she prepares to hang up her skis, Diggins hopes to be remembered not just for her incredible athletic feats, but for the joy and the sense of fun on snow, the heart on your sleeve racing, and the deep vulnerability and openness that she brought to the sport. So while the fire of her competitive career may soon dim, the legacy of Jessie Diggins, the fierce competitor, the passionate advocate, the sparkling champion, will undoubtedly continue to burn brightly for years to come. The lunge from Haley Swerble to edge Ava Thurston. Estonian skier Heidi Kesaku, Teddy Hauser, Nogi McCabe crossing the line, top 35. Yasmin Kahra from Finland comes in 36. Sonja Schmidt out of Whitehorse, Yukon in 37th. Oh, I can finally feel like I can take a breath. That was emotional. There is Wade, Jessie's husband, Clay Diggins, her dad, hugs all around. It's mom, Deb Diggins, sister Mackenzie. She has an entourage this weekend of over 40 strong. That, of course, doesn't include the 9,000 other fans that made their journey to Lake Placid to see history close its book on the storied career of Jessie Diggins. Look at your top 3 today. Jonas Sundling finishes the season with a win. Here's some of that entourage now. We heart Jessie. That says it best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The finish line so close. Just got a little back seat. Almost saved it. But as the raindrops made their impact on the course, made very difficult conditions for those descents. Sundling, seeking the opportunity, attacked on the final climb. Look at that laser look, beaming through the shades. Coming in first, swirling mass of ponytails and colorful suits behind her. Jonas Sundling wins here, the final race of the World Cup season 2026 in the books. Big hug from US ski teammate Haley Swerble. Haley, no doubt, seeing Jessie as the idol she is. Just love the energy that Jessie has brought to this sport. I had the pleasure of traveling over to Trondheim, Norway for the World Champs last year and meeting new friends along the course from Norway. It was quite clear that they held Jessie in the highest regard of a sport that they follow as close as anybody else, oftentimes cheering for Jessie harder than their own Norwegian women's team. Always one to thank the team, show appreciation for those support around her, including that there, Julia Kern. Big piece of her training picture. Lena Sonneson hugs. Another former Stratton athlete. Done a lot of training in New England with Jessie. Here's Rosie Brennan now coming across the line. Could be her last World Cup. Part of that teammanship. Jessie the first to meet her. Jessie will end her career with 4 overall World Cup titles, 90 World Cup podiums, 33 World Cup victories, 7 championship medals, 2 gold, 3 silver, 2 bronze, 4 Olympic medals, 1 gold, 1 silver, 2 bronze. She won the Tour de Ski 3 times, 2021, 2024, and then this year, 2026.
Thank you all for being here.
Hugs from Lucy Anderson. Fellow Minnesota skier there. Samantha Smith. We're witnessing in real time the impact Jessie has had on this women's team. Rosie's shaking up, spraying her teammates down. Celebrations for all. The crowd going wild here, witnessing history. Hard to put into words what Jessie has done for this sport. Emotions flowing everywhere here. Love abounds in Lake Placid. Jessie, no doubt, going to be pulled in different directions as we get ready for the podium ceremony. We'll have a crystal globe ceremony. Say our last goodbyes to Jessie in the U.S. ski team suit. I know some of her biggest fans are fingers crossed that just maybe she'd make a return for another Olympics, French Alps. That would be 4 years from now. She would be 38 at that point, which isn't totally out of the question. Completely understandable, though. She hangs him up after Milano Cortina. Much of her life left to live. There's a look at your final results. Sweden going 1-2. Sundling and Svan at the top. Nadine Fendrich now, a nod to her and her career.
Great shot with team celebrating Nadine Fendrich's journey.
Fendrich had a best 11th in the Tour de Ski 2021. Ends her career with 6 sprint victories, 20 individual World Cup podiums, over 225 World Cup starts. Photo for Team Canada there, bib 62, Katja Semeniuk from Ottawa, one of the up-and-comers, only 22 years of age.
Again, another look at that leaderboard. And Svan taking second behind Jonas Sundling.
Teresa Stadlower with a great race, Nadja Kalin in a photo finish with Astrid Slind. Edging her out with a lunge, Helen Hoffman, top German in 8th. Norway showing some good skiing today here. They were better than Sweden, even though Sweden took 1-2. The Norwegians got more in the top 10. Oilar behind Diggins, as she was most of the season. Those two competed in every single World Cup individual race, amassing the most points of anybody else. Olivia Ufard-Nesbit, 49th. Katja Semeniuk, your last finisher. 60th starter. Hannah Shields lapped, not able to finish. A couple DNFs there. Catherine Sauerbrey, Anna Price. Irish DeMartin Printer. She was Allison Mackey's closest competition, the 23 category. The drama done and dusted here in Lake Placid. What a race that was through the falling raindrops, the Adirondack Mountains. Nobody was able to make any decisive moves in the early going. Came down to the final climb. Changes swirling at the front, mostly led by Peter Carlson. But then this happened. Carlson dropping back to the end of the case group, falling over the top of Austin Flynn. Ultimately did a pretty incredible job fighting her way back to the front. Not sure what happened to Carlson. She ended up 15th, 24 seconds back. There she was going around Diggins and her crash. Fought her way back to 12th after that late race fall. And there's your overall. Jessie Diggins gonna hoist the Crystal Globe ahead of Moe Ilar, Maya Dahlqvist, and Jonas Sundling. Points are awarded to each World Cup winner, 95 to second. Points going all the way down to 50th place. 50th place getting 1 point per finish.
Jessie Diggins, your last World Cup race. How are you feeling right now?
This is why it's hard to do interviews after a race. That was really incredible. So many people out there cheering. I feel like I got to celebrate this moment with the whole world, and I'm really going to miss this. But I'm really, really thankful that I got to do this and that I got to be part of such an incredible team for so many years.
And now you will get the overall globe and hear the national anthem here in Lake Placid. How will that be?
Oh, that's kind of crazy. But I'm just excited to celebrate it with the team and to get to do it with all the wax techs and coaches, just as one.
Congratulations, Jessie.
Thank you.
Jonas Sundling, that was a tough 20K. Take us through the race.
Oh, it was special because, yeah, the weather was very wet, and it was like in the beginning, when we started to warm up, it was very cold, but out at the track it was really good, and I had good skis, and it happened a lot during this race. Many of us fell, and in the last hill I was like, okay, now I need to jump over 2 persons. But it was a really good day for me.
What does it mean for you to win the last race of the season?
Of course it means a lot, like to close this season with this win is super nice.
And how will you sum up the weekend in Lake Placid?
Really good.
Congratulations, Jonas.
Sundling had a great end to her World Cup season. Top 3 at the Holmenkollen last weekend. Finishes it with a win here in Lake Placid. Going to attempt, see if this works, to play for you a letter that Jessie Diggins wrote to a younger Jessie.
Here we go. Dear 13-year-old Jessie, you will have your first ski practice with the varsity girls today. All the girls that you idolize, who represent everything you want to be, will look at you and smile and invite you to ski with them. You found your people. When you are 18, you will go compete on the international circuit. You'll race your heart out, get your ass kicked, and finish more inspired and determined than ever to work hard and make yourself worthy of that big shiny USA lettering on the back of your jacket. When you come home, you will not be the same girl you were before. This eating disorder was simmering inside your brain the entire time. And now that it has come to the surface, it will want a life of its own. Your life. But you will learn that your eating disorder was never really about food
Hopefully you're able to hear that few words from Jessie herself in a letter to a younger Jessie. Lesson learned, a journey unmatched, an advocate for mental health, for climate change, protecting our winners, a leader, a teammate, an icon. We're in a holding pattern now, waiting for the podium ceremony. The Les Gruyere cheese wedges in place now for the final 3 winners of the World Cup season. Season that saw 29 World Cup races over 12 cities. Began in Ruka, Finland, the top of the world, as it often does. Back in November, working through Trondheim and on to Davos. We saw the Tour de Ski, a couple venues in Italy. And the Gomes World Cup in Switzerland just before the break for the Olympic Games, Milano Cortina. Then it was back to Scandinavia, Falun first, then Lahti, Finland, over to Norway for the Drammen City Sprints, and then the legendary Holmenkollen 50K. First time we saw the men and the women race on the same day, both going 50 kilometers, women starting 45 minutes after, racing through the thick fog above Oslo. And then it was across the pond here to Lake Placid for 3 final races. 10-kilometer classic freestyle sprint, and today's race, the mass start 20-kilometer freestyle event to close out the season.
Finals here, the Ski Lake Placid Cross-Country World Cup.
Getting our top 6 lined up here.
Ja, plötzlich sind die am Bodenkleider nicht mehr hochgehoben, habe ich gedacht. Am Boden? Nein, nur aber nur die zu zweit oder nicht zu dritt, okay. Also ich habe immer zwei dritt.
Is it Teresa Stadlober there on the left?
Ist gut, gell? Ich habe immer gehört aus der Arbeit. Ja, ja, ja. Ja.
Austrian ski team member. Finishing the season, I believe it's 6th, unless that was changed today.
Standings oben, heute ist noch nichts drinnen, oder? Das langt noch nicht mehr.
Top 6 is a wonderful position to end the season in.
Nein, wegen Gesamt war ich gestern nicht.
All the fans, no one going anywhere. Gonna watch Jessie Diggins climb to the top and receive her Crystal Globes in distance and overall. Stick around too, they'll have an awards ceremony for the under-23 leader on the season, Allison Mackey from Canada.
20 morgon här innan de var 20 samma. Johanna!
Good work, ladies. That was awesome. It's been so fun to watch. I was on the mic. How do you like Lake Placid? Oh God! Yeah. The weather is not good. There's like dumping snow. This is spring. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but it's crazy. It can be like summer, winter. Yes, it was raining. Yeah, I know, and you're like, no, this is too much. Too much of it.
Är vi så lika? We have to dance or something. I don't know. Hey, congrats.
See, there we go.
Here we go now to podium ceremony. Top 6 joining each other on the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the award ceremony for the women's 20K freestyle. Please welcome our winners. Sixth place from Switzerland, Nadia Kalen.
Keep an eye on that one. She has many more years in front of her.
Fifth place representing Austria, Teresa Stadlober.
Stadlober, 33 years of age for Sladming.
Fourth place from Norway, Carolina Grotting.
Great race for Carolina Grotting.
Third place representing Norway, Heidi Van.
146th World Cup podium for the relays and team sprints. Massive impressive.
Second place from Sweden, Linn Svan.
Coming out a bit 15 to 33rd individual
First place,
podium.
and the winner of the women's 20K freestyle, representing Sweden, Jonna Sundling.
Jonna Sundling with her 16th individual World Cup win, 24th overall, and her 59th World Cup podium. Ski hats off to her. She skied a killer race, stayed on her feet, took the victory.
Ashley Walden, team president and CEO, NYS Olympic, New York State Olympic Regional Development Authority, and Jackie Kelly, deputy mayor of the village of Lake Placid.
Bit of maple syrup there, crafted from the mountainsides, the Adirondack Range. Handed out to each of these athletes, take home as a souvenir.
The Lake Placid 2026 FIS 20K freestyle winners.
Final look at today's top 3. Jonna Sundling, your winner today, over Linn Svan and Heidi Bang. crystal globes we're waiting for. Handout. That will be next here. Stick around. More podium presentations to come.
Skis and poles or no? No, I will cover them after I do. Oh my God.
Dusting each other off, looking out for each other. Fierce competitors on the race course. Passionate friends after the race is done.
Can't wait to party with you guys tonight.
Right, yes, the party could begin soon. It's going to be a great one. Watch out, Lake Placid. It's going to be a rager tonight.
Is my straight? Okay, thanks. I feel like I'm like, oh boy.
This is the ceremony, the overall World Cup. Dahlquist, Pilar, and Diggins.
The medal ceremony for the Women's Overall World Cup. Please welcome the champions. In third place, representing Sweden, Maja Dahlqvist.
Sprint Globe home yesterday, finishes third in the overall.
In second place, also from Sweden, Moa Pilar. In first place, and Crystal Globe winner, representing the United States of America, Jessie Diggins.
Jumping up and down one more time. Emotions flowing. Jessie Diggins kisses to the crowd. An icon there. Her fourth overall World Cup title. Cementing her legacy. U.S. Skiing's best skier ever. There is her wax tech, adorned in glitter himself, Jason Cork, there with her through thick and thin. Handing over the crystal globe. Handing out medals for the top three in the overall. Crystal globe goes to Jessie. Hoisting it above. What a sight to behold in Lake Placid. Turning the final page in the career of Jessie Diggins.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, please stand for the anthem of the United States of America.
the Lake Placid 2026 FIS Cross-Country Women's Overall World Cup winners.
Let it flow, Jessie, let it flow. Here to so many. You may never see another one like her. Warrior to the end. She wore her heart on her sleeve, fought in every single race. The most decorated American cross-country skier in history. Says there, right on the base of her Solomon.
Oh, what a storybook ending here for Jessie Diggins. I love that pair of skis that she's hosting up right there. The most decorated American cross-country skier. It says in the history. Great job, Jessie. Absolutely fantastic. And congratulations to the entire team behind you. It was so great to see Jason Cork be able to hand you that overall globe for the 4th time. What an incredible day, folks. Thanks for sticking around for these awards, helping us send Jessie off in style here in Lake Placid at the 2026 World Cup Finals.
Champagne bottles popping, let it spray. The party is on for Jessie Diggins and the USA.
A little well-deserved sip of champagne for Jessie and her Swedish competitors, now best friends for life.
Still have the distance globe to hand out. Jessie winning that as well.
Strong, brave, and inspiring.
23 title. Don't go anywhere. The party's continuing.
To Jessie Diggins. Hey everybody, don't go anywhere yet. We've got a lot to celebrate. We've got a few more overall championship trophies to hand out to finish off this exciting season. And we're going to bring it to a crescendo with the last lap. All the young athletes that have been out here watching.
There will be an event for the kids in the audience, calling it the last lap, offering an opportunity to go for a ski with Jessie around the trails. Especially some of the mob scene, no doubt about it.
I'm all cried out.
Probably severely dehydrated, using extra water and formation coming out. Emotions flowing here. Really difficult to swallow.
Oh, they didn't tell me Cork was going to give out. That just broke me. I was like,
G Powers there. Great photo work, photography work from the Olympics.
oh, man.
There to capture the season.
Oh,
G
fuck
Powers.
me. It's my favorite thing. Oh, no. Oh, man.
Here we go now to the distance crystal globe ceremony. Lady Bang, Mo Ilar, and Jessie at the top.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the Women's Distance World Cup champion. Please welcome the winners. In 3rd place, representing Norway, Heidi Wang.
Had a great resurgence to her career this season. Heidi Wang did. First World Cup win in 4 years, 3 weeks ago. Alpine Skiing. Grinded it out throughout the season.
In 2nd place, representing Sweden, Moa Jan.
Second fiddle, the overall and the distance, Moilar second.
In 1st place, and winner of the Distance World Cup, representing the United States of America, Jessie Diggins.
Jessie Diggins. Bravery, enthusiasm, appreciation, mentorship, leadership. So many adjectives to go into describing that woman. What she's done for the sport of cross country. Now she's going to get handed the distance globe from her parents. There's Deb and Clay Diggins. Beautiful hugs from the family there. Testament to Jessie's niceness of her parents, of her Minnesota nice is a real thing. They exude that body and show it. Raised a special girl. Team Jesse, there it is. Fun, special moment. See parents handing off the crystal globe to their daughter. Lifted it up. Hip hip hooray for Jesse Diggins.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are able, please stand for the national anthem of the USA.
The Lake Placid 2026 FIS Cross-Country Women's Distance World Cup winners.
One last shout out to Solomon, most decorated American skier in history.
All right, what a great overall distance World Cup podium right there. Love the energy from the crowd.
Nobody going anywhere here in Lake Placid, taking in
Congratulations again, Jesse.
Historic moment on hand in Lake Placid.
Pretty special to have your parents handing you the globe.
Listen to that crowd. A hero to so many.
Do I stand behind the podium? And like, thank you. You're very welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the most successful athlete in the women's U23 overall World Cup.
Stick around now, get to honor Allison Mackey from Team Canada. There she is. This season she's had gold medalist at the under 23 World Championships in Lillehammer a few weeks ago. Bright future for that young lady. She is hoisting that trophy as the best under 23 skier on the circuit. Closest competitor in that category, Irish to Martin Pinter from Italy. Grossberhagen Andresen just edged in front of Gina Del Rocco Rio.
The Lake Placid 2026 FIS Women's Under 23 overall World Cup winner.
Allison Mackey, though, 508 World Cup points in that. 20-point lead over Irish to Martin Pinter.
I don't know how you
That's going to do it for me. What a season it's been. So pleased to be on this journey with you for FIS TV,
Okay, perfect.
skiandsnowboard.live, and all the rest. Andrew Castaning on the call. Look forward to seeing you out on the trails. Winter's not over yet. Get out and ski. Fire up those blister thumbs. We'll see you out there. You ski classy, Lake Placid. Leave you with the closing images of the Swedish women's team, the best nation in the female category. What a dominant force they are. Winner of the Team Cup.
The awards will be presented by Alan Serrano, the chief of competition. The winners of the Lake Placid 2026 FIS Women's Team World Cup.
Stefan, visst får man dricka alkohol innan dopingprov? Ja, han sa ja. Han sa ja. Nej, men vart är Steg John? Ja, exakt. Den är bara rusad. Okej, nu är det jag får pengar. Ja, perfekt. Vi måste ha skidan. Jonna får inte komma undan.
The men's and women's team shielding the World Cup points from Norway. Lars Hagen, Ivy Bang, Johan Hunsford, Claybo, Hunter Heavybart, Astrid Oiris Sling, Carly Broting, many of the names out there on the court today at the top end of the competition. The awards will be presented by Catherine Rice, event project manager.
What an incredible team to wrap up the season. They've been so consistent all year long on both the men's and women's side of things. Congratulations to you, Norway. You've done a dominating show for the world of cross country this year.
The Lake Placid 2026 Nations Cup winners, Norway.
Det blir for lett, Sverige!
Northeast, we come to the La Gruyere Cheese Challenge, where we honor the athletes who have reached